The best thing about watching a Jess Franco movie is you have no idea what kind of Jess Franco movie you got. It's like opening a box of chocolates, and there's one half of it is filled with like the most luscious cherry cream yummy thing you're ever going to put in your mouth, and the other one has a big turd in it. And you never know which one you're going to be eating, right? So when you pop in one of these movies, that's what it's like. Luckily, Faceless fits into the yummy, creamy side of the box, so I did not even have to open the turd side of the box. All-star cast in this one. You got Helmut Berger, you got the luscious Brigitte Lahaie, who's like famous for like 70s porn, and she is hot as heck in this movie, like she always is, even in 70s porn, and this movie was like 87, so I think she was only like 30 or something, so she was gorgeous back in these days. And then you got Telly Savalas, you got Christopher Mitchum, Robert Mitchum's kid. How would you like to be that kid? Oh, I'm gonna follow my dad, Robert Mitchum, into cinema. You know, like one of the great tough guy, great actors of his generation. And I'm Christopher Mitchum. If you're watching this, Christopher Mitchum, don't get me wrong, I love the movies you're in. There's a ton of like cool Italian like crime movies you're in. These Jess Franco movies, love it. I'm just saying, I would hate to have to be in your footsteps and follow behind Robert Mitchum, because that would just suck. That's just the way it is. So then, and this movie is cool because Jess Franco actually makes a movie. Like, I mean, there's some great Jess Franco movies that make no sense whatsoever, that are just completely insane. You know, you got like Eugenia, her journey into perversion, stuff like that, Desaad 70, all those kind of movies that are super fun to watch. But you're watching it and you're like, man, this is what it's like to do acid, and I've not done acid since yesterday. So it is, I mean, I'm remembering it all over again. This one's an actual movie. And once again, one of my favorite things in movies, face transplants. That's right. I have one of the largest face transplant movie selections that you will ever find in at least the state of Minnesota. And I love when they have them because A, it makes no sense whatsoever, especially in this movie, because they're kidnapping like actresses and models and taking their face off and trying to put it on his sister, the Helmut Berger's sister, whose face got eroded by acid because he's a plastic surgeon and he like screwed something up, and some lady tries to get it back, so she throws some acid, and his sister like does the like jumps in front of his face, no, and then acid splashes on her, so now she has all the scars instead of him getting it. And so he wants to like get her a new face, right? I'm sorry, you cannot kidnap famous people and cut off their face, because eventually somebody's going to recognize them. When model A goes, like Carolyn Monroe's in this, and she's hot, she's always hot. She's in Captain Kronos. I did that one a while back. She's just, oh my goodness. And she's like rolling around in her underwear, like in this psych ward of this hospital where he works. And it's just like, oh man, they should just have an entire movie of this. But they have to have the face transplant scenes. So like, you're gonna take Carolyn Monroe's face off, put it on this woman. Carolyn Monroe's missing. Oh, what happened to Carolyn Monroe? Why do you have Carolyn Monroe's face? It's not coincidence, people. You just are not gonna get away with it. You have to go to other countries and steal their faces. That's just the way it is. You have to find people who are good looking, but are not gonna be noticed if they're missing. I don't know who that would be.
All of these analyses are perfect, but totally useless.
Useless? This information is essential for us to be able to make your grafts.
But when I operated in Dachau, I had already gone beyond this stage. Any donor will do, as long as the skin is suitable, of course. I need only change the hormonal component.
You're amazing, Doctor. And so different.
I know my hands can still perform miracles, but they're as nervous as a pianist before a concert.
I'm sure your hands are still magical.
You're an exceptional woman, and a very beautiful one, too. I envy Dr. Flammer. I would have liked to have known you before.
Doctor.
Scalpel. We must make the incision as low as possible, for it's the only skin reserve available to us. now going to detach the thermic mask, starting with the forehead. The flesh is too flexible. Oh my God. Compress, quick. Compress. Scheiße. Oh my God. We've used too much pentothal. It's ruined. Operation is ruined. I'm sorry, English, but I promise we'll try again very soon.
Believe me, I'm not condoning such actions. Don't get me wrong. I don't want anybody watching this thinking, oh, you know what? I'm going to go try to do some faceplant surgeries. Even though it sounds cool, it's not going to work. It never works in these movies. Not once have I ever seen it work, even in this movie. Because this movie, they hire this ex-Nazi doctor because, you know, we can't find a regular doctor. We got to find this guy who was doing experiments in concentration camps removing people's faces. And he gets recommended by Howard Vernon. I'm sorry, if you've ever seen like Dr. Orloff in those movies, do not trust him. Do not trust Lena Romay because they always do bad stuff. I'm not going to take this guy's recommendation for a face transplant doctor. I'm just not. And he shows up and he F's up the first one, of course, you know, so they just waste an entire face. So now there's a face down the drain. Oh, now we got to go kidnap somebody else. Oh, go somewhere else and find some real famous person who's like going to be known missing. And then when they show up with their face, they're going to be like, okay, something's up. We're going to investigate. But now they kidnap her, take off her face. That one almost works. They get it on, and not only that, your face has to be the same size. I wasn't even thinking about that. I have to have the same size head as the person whose face I'm taking, otherwise it's not gonna work. And in this movie, they gotta make it as ultra gory as possible, which is awesome. There's a lot of really good, there's like chainsaw dismemberments, there's a hypodermic in the eye scene that's not quite as good as the one in Dead and Buried, but still pretty good. I mean, it's a hypodermic needle in an eye, right? I mean, you don't get to see that every day unless you're me. And then they're taking, you know, and then the face surgery itself. And when you get your face, apparently according to this movie, when you have your face removed, you have to be awake for it and you can't have anesthesia because if you do, it relaxes your face muscles and then it doesn't come off properly. I do not know if that's a scientific fact. If somebody can email me to the website here and let me know if that's a scientific fact, I would like to know because I want to know if you really cannot have anesthesia when you're having your face removed because I think that's BS. And I'm calling bullshit on this movie because you should be able to have anesthesia because if I'm having my face removed, I'm going to be screaming in pain and horror at this thing while they're taking off my face with the scalpel and then they're giving a mirror and showing her in the mirror. That's just sick and wrong, Jess Franco. You should have your director's badge taken away unless somebody can prove to me this is a scientific fact, then I'll believe it. In the meantime, I'm going to go watch Faceless again.